If you could learn the answer to any unsolved mystery, whether it's historical or personal, what would it be? What exactly was on the missing 18.5 minutes of the Nixon White House tapes? So, as the story goes, Nixon's secretary was making the transcription when she received a call and answered it. During the 5-minute call, she kept her foot depressed and mistakenly hit the record button, which resulted in some 18 minutes of Nixon's conversation being erased. Some have argued it was intentional on Nixon or his secretary's part, but the jury is still out on that one. Attempts have been made to find the missing audio and regain it, but so far there's been no success. Why do I have a memory of cowering under the bathroom sink as a small child, while a man I knew and who was usually nice to me, stood in the doorway and he yelled at me repeatedly, "Do you understand?" And even though I didn't understand, I realized the only way to get him to leave me alone was to say yes. What actually happened and who was that man? If I could solve that mystery, I think it would help me to understand more about myself. Body knows, mind doesn't. What happened to MH370? The extent to which we know already is nothing short of mind-blowing, but nobody will ever know why it went down. Even if we found the black boxes intact, they would only show us the last 2 hours of the flight. Whether it was a fire, murder-suicide, or loss of cabin pressure, the answers just wouldn't be definitive enough to determine the true cause of the flight's disappearance. The evolution of Homo sapiens, biologically and culturally. Who were our ancestors and all the great milestones leading up to where we are today? Fire, clothing, art, religion, domestication, blue eyes and so on. Like who was it that invented the bow arrow, or finding out how the Romans found a plant that was a natural contraceptive? I would like to know where the largest amount of undiscovered riches can be located. Ancient treasure, pirate booty, mob money, the take from a bank heist, whatever. I'd like to know where I can find the kind of money a high-end casino earns in a year. Then I'll set out to start solving my own mysteries. Expensive ones too. My aunt died a number of years ago in a scuba accident. She was a scuba instructor and was out with her husband. She motioned to surface, so he did, but she never surfaced. The Coast Guard never found her. They searched the whole area, followed the currents. Never any trace of her. I gotta know, what in the world happened to that Malaysia flight MH370 that vanished into thin air? My gosh, we can land rovers on Mars with pinpoint accuracy or land a probe on a fast-moving asteroid. We located Osama bin Laden in a hidey hole in Pakistan. But we couldn't find a gigantic jumbo jetliner. What happened to my Pokemon cards from the 90s? Had a stack of 100 or so, not well kept, but I loved them. One day they were just gone. Thinking about it now as an adult, I'm pretty sure I already know the answer, so maybe I should just let that mystery only be known to the universe. How do I make a button in Fox, the PDF editor that prints specific pages from a PDF document? 2 hours of my workday down the drain so far. I couldn't give a shit about the existence of aliens or Atlantis, I just need to make better PDFs so my coworkers stop fucking up my orders. The Dyatlov incident. None of it makes sense. And the tears in the tint prove that they came from the inside, not the outside. So a bear is not the answer. I can't imagine the fear they felt that fateful night. Why they made the Nazca lines would be interesting. Or what the skinwalker phenomena is. Or why there are so many underwater ruins. This one's kind of obvious, but still fascinating. The client list of people who participated in that island fiasco. Someone went to jail yet no one got revealed. That's juicier than who made the Bible. Sumerians is probably who firebombed Friendly Jordy's house. Because my gut instinct tells me the answer to that mystery will have serious political ramifications in Australia. Old workplace. Someone kept eating boss's lunch from the fridge, so he removed the whole fridge. Which crazy motherfucker was eating that lunch? If I can solve any mystery, I would want to know how life started on every planet that has life on it and what type of life it is. Would love to have DB Cooper mystery solved. Did he survive? If so, what happened to him? Such an intriguing story. I'd love to know why the Yuba County 5 went up that forest road. The shooting in Las Vegas. There was so many weird things about it. I'm morbidly curious about the truth of it all. Don't know if it counts as a mystery in the strictest sense, but I'd love to read the lost works of Homer. Any unsolved child abduction murder case. Absolute living hell for parents, family and friends. I'd love to know where Alexander the Great's tomb is. It was rumored to be quite impressive. The tomb of Cao Cao and Zodiac's identity. Zodiac at this point has got to be dead by now. What happened to Kyron Horman? Man, I've watched way too many episodes of the Y-Files to have just one answer to this. I want to know what happened to Kim Porter and want to know all P. Diddy's secrets. Why my dad suddenly cares to make an effort in our relationship 21 years too late. What is a universe? An electron? A black hole? A simulation? Something else? Who left a shit the size of an arm in our school toilet at one time? Was Jesus a result of an immaculate birth, or is that just a hoax? Why is 42 the meaning of life, the universe and everything? Whether the resurrection actually happened just to shut people up? Kennedy assassination, and just how deep does that rabbit hole go? How they built the damn pyramids in a hieroglyphic dictionary? Who stole my food yesterday at work because it keeps happening? The origin of the story of Christ and his persecution by Rome. First thought is whether the Umbrella Man was connected. Who was behind the max headroom? TV signal hijacking. What is the airspeed velocity of an unladen swallow?